Welcome back to Gamer Unite. I'm your host, G.A.M.E.R here, and I'm joined with my co-host, Axu. And we are reaching December of 2022, which means the Game Awards have finally revealed their nominations for the year. And let me just say, I am a big fan of what we saw here today. And we're going to be going through each category, giving my personal vote and what I think should win. Maybe talk about things that got snubbed, things that got robbed, things that definitely you didn't see that coming, but are glad that they did get nominated. We're going to be talking all about that because the Game Awards are coming up, and me and my co-host actually are going to be attending the Game Awards live in person this year at the Microsoft Theater in Los Angeles, and I cannot wait. It should be a fun time. The awards, the announcements, the community environment, everybody, it's going to be a blast. I cannot wait. So without further ado, if you're ready, actually, we're going to jump into the categories.
Oh boy. All right. This is going to be definitely, I do feel that this is probably one of the better years that we've had. I'm not going to lie. There has been a debate between this specific, there's been a debate between two games when it comes to this specific Game Awards. There are two games that have clearly kind of they've pretty much been competing. It's a big rivalry between the two. But honestly, I think a lot of the categories, one of them did not get as many nominations as I expected it to, which is very surprising. I think there's a lot of interesting things about this, and I'm actually excited to go over it with everybody because we get an opportunity to explain what we think, like you said, what gets snubbed, what we think should have maybe got an opportunity, what may have been a better option, and also what we think is surprising, like what just came out of nowhere,
Yeah, I like to preface this before we start. Pretty much every game that's on here I have played, and some of them I haven't finished because I'm currently playing them. Austin, I'll let you talk. I don't know. I'm not gonna speak for you. But yeah. I for one think a lot of the nominations fit very well and are where they should be. There are some where I would maybe change or swap, but for the most part, I see why they're there, and I think the credit is well deserved. But yeah, we're gonna look.
I'm basically just gonna put my opinion in on what I can. I can't for all these because unfortunately for Game of the Year, I have not beaten any of the games that are nominated for Game of the Year. So you guys are probably wondering, why am I in this? Well,
he was bored.
Why not?
That's the honest answer. That's the honest answer.
Also, because this is a video with the rebrand, and I feel like your viewers need to know about me.
I'm sure there'll be plenty of opportunities for them to know about you.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, we are going to the Game Awards. I do plan on making a video about that whole trip. I think it's gonna be really fun and cool. And so I feel like this is an appropriate video for you to be in because you are going in person.
Well, yeah.
Whether you end up playing the games or not, I don't know. That's up to you. But we're gonna get started.
The whole point is I was waiting till this comes out because now I'm just gonna have to see if I can get most of these. Now my only issue.
I definitely think you could beat Horizon and Ragnarok.
My only issue are the indie games. I don't think they're long, but it's I can't play some of the. Well, yeah, because Stray. I've already seen you play it. There's no point in me playing. I've literally seen you play most of it. We'll talk about this later on.
All right,
let's go ahead and hop into what's the first award you want?
So we're skipping all the esports because honestly, I just don't care. We're gonna go into most anticipated because this one's odd. It's very odd. It's interesting. So we are gonna take a look at the definitions and the what the categories actually are. That way we can give our proper guess or vote. And most anticipated game, recognizing an announced game that has demonstrably
demonstrably
there's no D. Demonstrably
that wait, no, it doesn't even have an bro. They messed that up,
dude. That's bro. What is it? Bro, we probably look like idiots right now. All right. Anyway.
No, that's not how you. That's not a word, bro.
Has demonstrably illustrated potential to push the gaming medium forward. Oh, that's interesting. Actually, that's not what. Okay. illustrated potential to push the gaming medium forward. Nobody's gonna take it like that.
Yeah.
But the options are Final Fantasy 16, Hogwarts Legacy, Resident Evil 4, Starfield, and Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. I'll be honest, Hogwarts Legacy being here is just because Harry Potter fans, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Isn't that like the first Harry Potter, like...
Pretty much. There's other Harry
first...
Potter games, but like this is the first like AAA open world. Like
I was about to say, is it like the first AAA?
Yeah,
probably.
Pretty much. I think there could have been a probably better option than Hogwarts. Like I can't think of like it off the top of my head. I would have maybe even put like
Spider-Man 2.
I would have put like Spider-Man 2 or Hellblade 2. I may have even thought about Forspoken. Street Fighter 6 I think could have been on there. Yeah. Dead Space remake. I don't know. Hogwarts Legacy is very odd.
Yeah.
But I even think they probably could have put Callisto Protocol, I'll be honest.
Well, these are for next year.
Just anticipated gaming.
Well, yeah.
But anyway, personally, my most anticipated game out of these 5 is Starfield. I feel like most people just know that. My next one would be Resident Evil 4 because Resident Evil 4 is my favorite Resident Evil, so the remake is really exciting. So I will vote Starfield, but illustrated potential to push the gaming medium forward. I definitely feel like out of all these 5s, that's Starfield, because it quite literally looks like the biggest game ever, in terms of its actual like size and what it's trying to do. I would say that's pushing the gaming medium forward the most out of these 5. But yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and vote Starfield. But yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna personally vote for Resident Evil 4. Despite the definition that was said. I don't know, man. I'm just saying whatever is most anticipated for me. I personally am excited for Resident Evil 4. I've never got into Resident Evil, except for maybe one, which is what's the one before Village?
Biohazard.
That's the only one I've really played, and they're fun, but I definitely think I've heard the other ones are like a lot better and just a lot more fun to play. So, but I like zombie games, I really do, and I'm really excited for a remake of 4 because I think that sounds awesome, and I just feel like it'd be really cool to get into it like that with the remake. So I think that'd be pretty cool. Yep. I get the definition overall. Like, yeah, it should go to Starfield, but I'm different out here.
Also, I like that. Like, in a general public point of view, I definitely think it's either going to Legend of Zelda or Starfield. Just because out of the 5, those are the 2 most anticipated. Like, if we're actually like taking it seriously, not just our opinion, those are the 2 most anticipated games. Resident Evil fans, of course, are going to say Resident Evil. Harry Potter fans are, of course, going to say Hogwarts Legacy. Yeah. Final Fantasy fans are, of course, going to say Final Fantasy. But I think in a general understanding, Starfield and Legend of Zelda are like throughout the entire gaming industry. Anticipated.
I also think you have to kind of look at this from a perspective really quickly, where it's like Starfield is going to be Xbox. It's going to be one of their first party exclusives we've had like in a hot minute that is like super big. I'm not saying they haven't had any, but recently they've been kind of dry, especially this year. And then we have Tears of the Kingdom. This is a sequel to Breath of the Wild, one of the highest rated Metacritic games. Like, it's
IGN's favorite game of all time.
Yeah. Who cares about IGN?
Yeah, real. All right, let's move on to the next one. Yeah. I don't know why I could have just clicked next.
You could. Yeah, you're messing up already.
Best adaptation. So this is a brand new category that they've added this year, which is basically recognizing outstanding creative work that faithfully and authentically adapts a video game to another entertainment medium. So,
man,
look, I'm gonna just say it. My favorite out of these 5 is actually Sonic. Sonic the Hedgehog.
No, but that's the only one that I've watched. But like, I've heard so. You know.
Well, no, I've actually watched Arcane. I have actually watched.
Well, yeah. But wait, you liked Sonic the Hedgehog 2 over Arcane?
I'm not a show person. You know this.
I see. See, I'm bold.
I would rather watch a movie over a show any day.
I need more because every time I watch a movie, I want more.
Yeah.
With a TV show, I don't want. Actually, that's not true. Moon Knight. But no, honestly, I've heard a lot of really good things about like. I do think overall this is gonna be between Arcane and Cyberpunk.
Absolutely.
And
yeah.
my biggest thing is I think Cyberpunk should win, and let me tell you why. Not because specifically it's an anime, but I think the fact that Cyberpunk was not only able to, in some way from a different form of media, entertain people, but also get people to play the original game despite, I would say, its failure of a release.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say a failure of a release, just of how buggy it was. And I feel like people weren't as happy when they got the game. It did sell well, if I remember, but it wasn't received well.
I'll be honest, I don't care what wins as long as it's not Uncharted. The fact that this is here upsets me because this is not faithful. This is not authentic.
Oh my god.
And
what do you...
outstanding? Are you kidding me? Like,
yeah, like, dude,
bro,
I
get out. I could care less.
Tom Holland is the best Nathan Drake. Okay, I'm sorry. We're gonna go down in flames. But honestly, I can only vote for one because there's only one of these I've watched, which is Sonic.
See, I have to decide between Sonic and Arcane.
But my personal thing is, I will honestly, now that I think about it, I gotta watch these because this is actually something pretty interesting.
I do want to watch the Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
I've heard
Uncharted is on Netflix.
I've heard so many good things about Cyberpunk Edge Runners. It's crazy. It's bro.
I'm gonna go with Arcane actually.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go with Arcane. Arcane is my final vote. I think in terms of like actually quality, and I may have liked Sonic the Hedgehog 2 more. That's just because it's a movie. If Arcane was a movie, I would probably like that one more. That's the way I'm thinking about this. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm gonna go with Arcane.
Oh god.
Wow. Okay. Next, best debut indie game: Neon White by Angel Matrix, Norco by Geography of Robots, Stray by Blue 12 Studio, Tunic by Finji, and Vampire Survivors by Poncol. So best debut indie game is for the best debut game created by a new independent studio. In other words, a studio's first ever game. I'll be honest, my favorite game out of these 5 is Tunic, without a doubt.
There's only one game on here I don't know, and that's Norco. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I've never heard of Norco either.
I do know Vampire Survivors.
I do as well, yeah.
I was watching a content creator that talked about it, and it actually looks pretty good.
I personally, when thinking about debut indie game, I think of who was able to bring the most impact and who was able to deliver something that actually delivered, like, on every aspect. And while I do think quality-wise, I would give it to Tunic, we've seen it before. We've seen games like Tunic before, and there's only one thing here that I really think separates that studio from everyone else, and that is Stray. I cannot think of another game that is like Stray. There is no other game like Stray. And it blew up. I like, out of this year, Stray is the blow up game of the year, like indie game. I feel like every year there's always like an indie game that just blows up, and Stray was that game this year. And for a studio's first ever game, that is no easy feat. That is insane. So I have to vote Stray here.
Yeah.
I mean, it is also a great game. Like, I'm not gonna lie, Stray is a great game. It's not like phenomenal or amazing to me, but it is a great game. So moving on.
Definitely agree on that.
Content creator of the year. I don't really care, to be honest with you.
R.I.P.
I'll just say him because Twitter.
R.I.P. the Goat Nibble, one of the best gaming news Twitters. Like, he's where I got all my stuff from once I learned like Twitter and finding news and stuff. I mean, that was more positive than a man who's on Mr. Beast's channel Ludwig, who just makes content.
Moving on.
Just
Oh no.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to choose here. All right, best multiplayer. This is, in my opinion, this is probably one of the toughest categories because I could see it going to any of these games. To be honest. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Multiverses, Overwatch 2, Splatoon 3, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge.
Read the description.
So, best multiplayer game is for outstanding online multiplayer gameplay and design, including co-op and massively multiplayer experiences, irrespective of game genre or platform.
Okay. This changes things for me. I'm not going to say Splatoon 3.
I'm not going to say Splatoon 3 and Call of Duty. You know why? Because they both cost $60 to $70. I'm being serious. Because you are comparing it to two games that are free to play. The value you are getting between the two.
Yeah. Well, my main reason was because I feel like when you look at the last part and massively multiplayer experiences, I feel like it also includes a ton of other things. Like, I feel like I look at these and what did these things do different? COD still has the kind of same formula of, the multiplayer. Splatoon 3 didn't do much different whenever it came to its simple style. It had all basically kind of the same game modes that it had before. Now, Overwatch 2 added, they just had a Halloween event. They're doing a lot more things that are more innovative for multiplayer experiences with the Halloween mode and all of that stuff. It's different. While Multiverses also having, a brand new experience with a fighting game. And then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But honestly, my vote, just because it's this one, because I think this other game should have another award it should win entirely, I'm going to give this to Overwatch 2.
Yeah, I'm between Overwatch and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, actually.
The main reason I'd say Overwatch 2 is also because I think it has more that's to come. I think it also has a lot more multiplayer experiences that it's going to be able to give. And I know that might be kind of metagaming because it's like, yeah, it's later on, but you got. I better see
Overwatch 2 nominated for best ongoing game next year. That's my hope.
Yeah, because they're trying to offer a lot. So
I will say, actually, you know what? That's just the deal. Overwatch actually kind of blew up when Overwatch 2 kind of blew up again when it released. Out of all these games, I mean, COD blew up, but COD blows up every year. That's just because it's COD. I think for what Overwatch is able to do, take a dead game. I'm sorry, Overwatch 1 was kind of dead. It was. And revive it. And now people are actually excited for Overwatch again. So I'm giving my vote to Overwatch 2. However, I think people are actually sleeping on TMNT because that game is actually so fun, especially if you do it with friends. It's such a good beat 'em up game and brought back the old classic arcade TMNT. So I would definitely, if you made the argument for TMNT, I would absolutely agree. I could also see the argument for Multiverses, but I agree there's another category I think Multiverses deserves more. So we're gonna go to the next one. Best sports. All right, next one. Best sim and strategy game. This one's easy. Dune, Spice Wars, Mario plus Rabbids, Sparks of Hope, Total War, Warhammer 3, 2 Point Campus, and Victoria 3. I've played 2 Point Campus. I've played Dune, Spice Wars. I haven't played Victoria 3. I haven't played Total Warhammer 3, and Mario plus Rabbids is in my top 5 of the year. Absolutely.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how they expected this to be fair. You're putting Mario and Ubisoft on the same category as.
Oh, it's funny, dude.
You got Back to the Barnyard animation.
Hang on, let's take a look. Best sim strategy game. Best game focused on real-time or turn-based simulation or strategy gameplay, irrespective of... it's Mario.
Yeah, that sounds like Mario plus Rabbids to me.
Yep, it is. And I'm not gonna lie, Mario plus Rabbids as actually, I'm in love with the game. I absolutely loved it. It's in my top 5 favorite Switch games of all time. It's in my top 5 games of the year so far. And it's like I told this to Christian, or was it you? Actually, I don't know.
You're gonna have to say it.
It's. I know when I really love a game, whenever afterwards, when I'm done playing the main story and a couple side quests, I want to actually buy DLC.
Yes, you told me that.
Yeah, like that. This is actually a game where I literally looked up the price of the season pass because I was really interested in it. And I think I will buy it. And that's because I love a game so much. My review is coming out tomorrow, so be taking a look at that, guys. All right. Moving on. Best family game.
Oh God. Okay. I'm gonna get my point across because I don't
For the
know.
best game appropriate for family play, irrespective of genre or platform. The nominations are Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga, Mario + Rabbids Sparks of Hope, Nintendo Switch Sports, and Splatoon 3.
Okay. I am going to just... The way I look at this is best family game. I feel like a lot of these are not... They like, I feel like it would have been better if this was family.
Here's what I'm gonna say. Awesome. I think the name family and the description, and we're thinking family is not just two people. That is not how the awards are gonna look at it. So I don't think I'm gonna look at it that way either.
Bro, this is so like...
I know it's so sketch and like so.
I hate this one. Like even I feel like family friendly would have been like even more. I don't. This is so. Well,
I'm going to be looking at this as, and I know this is probably not how I should be looking at it. I'm looking at it at what gave me the best co-op with a family or a friend member.
Yeah, but
that's the way I'm going to be looking at it.
Some of these aren't co-op.
I know. That's what. Then I'm not voting for them.
That's man. That is this. I hate this award.
I know.
Like, well, because in general, I would say Nintendo Switch Sports. Now, I do think out of every game on here, it is the weakest, but it makes sense. Like, it makes sense for a family game. 4 players, like...
Maybe if they finally added golf. Dude, that golf is still not in. It's unbelievable.
Bro, did you know they have like 10 developers working on the game? Imagine.
Just cancel it.
See, now here's the thing. If we were just voting on which one we like, I don't know. Because I hate this award. Because if I had to just vote on what I think is the best out of these, I mean, I would personally vote for Kirby, but I do think Lego Star Wars did a phenomenal job. But also 7 and 8 World put me to sleep. That's just because the movies were mid.
So yeah, in terms of what I think is my favorite game out of here, it's between Lego Star Wars or Mario + Rabbids. I would give it to Mario + Rabbids, but for the family genre category, I am actually gonna give it to Lego Star Wars.
You better. You were all on this game.
Oh no, I am.
My
like
God.
I do like.
Yeah.
I want this game to get some kind of credit, and this is the only thing that it's nominated for, so I'm gonna give it.
My vote's going for Kirby.
I mean, yeah, it's fair. It was a really fun game too. But moving on.
I think the only issue it has is a little too short.
Ooh, now, I actually think. Okay, I have something to say. I think this is probably the best fighting game category nominations like ever, because a lot of the times, dude, the past years have been so mid when it comes to fighting games. Like, it's Mortal Kombat 11, and then the next year was Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate, and it's like Street Fighter 5, and then the next year was Street Fighter 5 Championship Edition. It's just like, like, what are these nominations? Like, these are all actually like new fighting games that actually deserve to be nominated for best fighting. So I actually really like these nominations. DNF Duel is really cool. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is really cool as well. King of Fighters I love. Multiverses is of course huge, and Shifu I thought was pretty good. And the fighting in that game is awesome. So for the best game designed primarily around head-to-head combat.
Like I said before, there was a certain category we went over where I said one of the games that I was thinking of putting up for a different award comes back to show. And my vote for the best fighting game is the one that came kind of out of nowhere, that everyone thought, wow, this is really different for a company like this, never experimenting with a game like this. And that would be Warner Bros.' Multiverses, their very first platform fighter that honestly did a lot better than I think
their
a lot
first
of people
fighting game
expected.
that's not NetherRealm Studios.
Yeah. And did a lot better than what they expected. I actually heard recently it got like new server updates, and I've heard they're phenomenal. I've actually heard like the server updates.
Yeah, I did hear that. Yeah,
are like the game is
and they're still adding characters.
Yeah,
they've been adding a lot of characters. So
yeah.
I definitely think it is the best fighting game out of these.
Yeah, the game is great. Like, despite the fact that it may die or something, or it may not stay alive as long as other ones. Like, and I'm just saying that because we never know. A lot of fighting games.
I could see this game being in best ongoing next year.
Yeah, but I really do. I'm glad they made Multiverses. I think Multiverses was such a cool idea, and I'm glad it stuck. I'm glad it stuck the landing. I'm glad it really just came to be what it is. You know.
Yeah.
So
absolutely. Austin knows, I'm sure you guys know how big of a fighting game fan I am. It's like one of my favorite genres. And I did enjoy Multiverses quite a bit. It's not like one of my favorites or anything, but I did enjoy it for what it was. And I'm a huge Warner Bros. Games fan. They're like my favorite company apart from the big three. And so I don't know. I thought it was a huge success, and I'm happy for its success, and it absolutely deserved it. So moving on. Best role-playing. Okay, so this one I actually struggled with a lot, but it came down to reading the description. So, best role-playing, the nominees are Elden Ring, Live Alive, Pokemon Legends Arceus, Triangle Strategy, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3. And the description for the category is for the best game designed with rich player character customization and progression, including massively multiplayer experiences. I don't understand the massive multiplayer experiences.
I don't either.
So I'm not gonna focus on that. I'm focusing on this. And to me, that's either Elden Ring or Xenoblade Chronicles. And to be honest, while my heart is telling me Xenoblade Chronicles because I love that game more, my mind tells me Elden Ring because of, think about all the builds. When that game came out, all the builds was the talk of the town. Everywhere on Twitter, everyone was explaining their build, what kind of character they chose, what kind of weapons they're running, what kind of runics. That is role-playing. That is player character customization and progression to its absolute finest. Xenoblade also has great character progression and customization with all the different characters and all their different skills and how you can upgrade them. While I do like Xenoblade Chronicles 3 a lot more, and I want it to win something, and this might be the only chance it gets, I do think Elden Ring deserves it. But hey, it's my opinion. I'm following my heart. I'm actually going to say Xenoblade. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I like, truly, if I'm being real, I'm kind of being fake here, to be honest, because
if I'm being real with you guys, no, wait, I'm actually fake.
Yeah, no, I'm being real and fake at the same time, because I should give it to Elden Ring. I think it should go to Elden Ring, but I want Xenoblade to win, and this is the only chance.
Let me tell you guys something. Let's have a good sit down. Let's have a talk, okay?
I take it back. Elden Ring's getting it because Xenoblade's gonna win. So something else. I just remembered. Never mind.
Well, so much for that sit down and talk. I was gonna say follow your heart and not the critics, but
I do think
you followed the critics.
I do think out of like every out of every category, this is the one that Elden Ring shines the most. I'll be honest.
You know what's funny is that one award you think it's gonna win. I actually could see not winning.
This one?
Yeah, like Xenoblade.
So you think Xenoblade is gonna win?
No, I'm saying the other award you think Xenoblade will win. I don't think critics will choose that.
Oh, probably not. But
yeah,
But to be honest,
but actually, this is our decision though. It's not like it's.
Yeah, I even then I have to go with what I do believe is true. I do think this is I think this is Elden Ring's category.
I can tell you now the worst one probably on here is. No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm just saying that because I didn't enjoy Arceus. I don't know. Live Alive.
Honestly, I'm gonna say it. People are gonna be mad at me. Triangle strategy is kind of mid. I don't like triangle strategy.
Uh-oh.
It's just that it's that Octopath Traveler do you know Square Enix and they're like 20,000 of the same font games that all look the exact same.
Yeah.
It's just another one of those and it's just mid.
Yeah.
I would say Legends Arceus is better than that. But I do agree. I think Legends Arceus is probably one of the weaker ones here.
Yeah.
I've actually been wanting to play Live Alive. I haven't played it yet, and it looks really cool. I'm definitely getting it for Black Friday soon.
Yeah, it's made by Square Enix.
I know. But they actually used a different font for this one. It's crazy, man.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, I know, and it actually looks cool. So anyway, but yeah, Elden Ring. I'm sorry, Xenoblade. I love you. You're my. Wait, hold on. Yeah, you're my second favorite Switch game. I don't know about that. You're in my top 5 favorite Switch games of all time. But I have to be real. Elden Ring just takes this category.
I see.
Unfortunate. All right.
No, that makes sense though. That makes sense. And honestly, some of these I'm not even gonna have like much of anything to say. I'm just gonna have to.
Yeah, this is kind of the point where you're just kind of here.
See, I can be real, okay? I can be a critic here. Now I've watched a lot, but I haven't played, okay? This action
adventure.
This one's like actually difficult for me because I think I know what would win, but I'm trying to think of everything because traversal is what messes me up. It's traversal that really.
Best action adventure game. For the best action adventure game combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving. Plague Tale Requiem, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, and Tunic. I'm going to say right now, Tunic is not going to win, unfortunately. I do love Tunic. It's my favorite indie game of the year. Stray is not going to win. Where's the combat?
Yeah, that doesn't make
Where
sense.
is that? Where's the action?
Where's Sonic Frontiers?
Okay, never mind. There is some kind of combat and action in Stray. It's a light. You shine a light on some bugs.
Oh my god, that's not combat.
Yeah, I know. So Stray ain't winning. I'm sorry. It ain't. A Plague Tale Requiem. The combat is so minuscule. I can't.
It's not. It's okay.
I can't even.
If they consider swinging a rock and a slingshot and just shooting it at someone, that's not combat to me is like you know, like how you would think God of War. You're throwing axes, you're cutting things up, you're swinging big weapons. Or like Horizon, you got a bow and arrow, you're shooting at like, you know, robot dinosaurs.
You have a spear.
Like that's like combat.
So I'm gonna say Plague Tale's also out of the question. Which brings it to God of War Ragnarok and Horizon Forbidden West. So, action, adventure, combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving. God of War does fit every single one of those boxes, and it does a great job with every single one of those boxes. Horizon does technically fit every box. The one issue, the puzzles were not like it. I wouldn't even consider it a puzzle game. It's really like they're. I can't even remember any puzzles. I don't even remember doing puzzles in the game. I really don't.
I don't specifically consider it like anywhere like you'd have to solve puzzles.
No, you really. I remember one where you have to like just rotate like a couple circles.
Yeah.
That's about it. I mean, like, we're talking some Sonic for Frontiers crap here. I mean, like, it was it was so bare minimum in terms of puzzles. That being said, even if Horizon did have puzzles, I would still give it to God of War Ragnarok because I just think it has all those boxes better than everything else. So I would give it to God of War Ragnarok.
I just think it's that puzzle solving that kind of.
Even then, take out puzzle solving, I still think it wins. Because the traversal that it added to the game is awesome. The combat is, of course, fantastic with every God of War, and it's action adventure game to its core.
It really depends on how you look at it, because the one thing I know when I'm going to be playing these two is it really depends. Am I more into the typical hack and slash like creativeness that God of War has, or will I be more into like kind of like that, but you have like a bow and arrow and you're just shooting around?
Horizon's more actually, you know what? Horizon's more of Souls combat than anything.
Yeah,
it is. Well, yeah, God of War is that hybrid hack and slash, like, I don't even, it doesn't even have a genre. It's just, yeah, hybrid hack and slash, honestly.
I feel like it just comes down to preference at times. Because, like, I don't know.
But anyway, the interesting thing about this category, in which I've brought up to Austin, he is, I mean, he can think whatever. Every year except 1 year, whatever game wins this category ends up winning Game of the Year.
Except 1 year.
Except 1 year, and that was Overwatch.
I have faith that this will be another year where that happens. I have faith. So here's my thought. There are like the most important awards, right? There's like narrative, action adventure, soundtrack, OST. If Elden Ring wins any of those, I would still consider it. But if it doesn't, I don't think there's any shot that it's gonna I think there's a shot.
I mean, prove me wrong. That would be interesting. Like at this point, I think Elden Ring's the underdog. I'll be honest. At this point, I can't believe I'm saying that, but I actually think Elden Ring is the underdog now. Which, I mean, I like a good underdog story, but I also love the best game of the year, God of War Ragnarok. So, moving on. Best action game for the best
Bayonetta
game
3.
in the Jesus.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Best action game for the best game in the action genre, focused primarily on combat.
I'm gonna keep it 100%. I know I already said it, but I listen. The only reason Bayonetta 3 has an 88% on Metacritic is because of the action. Yeah, the game. Literally, like, so many people complained about how they didn't enjoy its story because it wasn't like as good as the first and second game. But this game still has a 88% on Metacritic because of the action in this game.
Yeah, you know it's good whenever IGN, out of everybody, in the review gave Bayonetta a 9, said the story was disappointing, convoluted, but that it doesn't take away how good the combat is, and yet they still gave it a 9. That's how good. That's how you know the combat's so good. Yeah. The only other game here that I would argue could win is Shifu, just because of like its martial arts is like something we've never really seen before. But
I'm not gonna lie, man. I could see. Man, would they give it to Shifu?
I don't know. I really don't know. I think it could go either way, but I do think it's Bayonetta, and I'm gonna vote.
My heart does go to Bayo 3.
That was my favorite part about Bayonetta. So I'm gonna say that. Moving on, best VR AR game, Among Us, easy. All right. Next. Anyway,
Among Us, yep.
Innovation and accessibility. Okay. So recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience.
Okay.
You all are important, but I don't care. All right. Anyway,
here,
I'm just
okay then.
I'm cutting it out.
Right. No, keep it in.
Best community support. I don't care. Best mobile. Don't care. Best indie. Finally, I can finally vote for what I do think is the best indie game of the year.
Oh man, I definitely have an opinion on this. I've played
best indie for outstanding creative and technical achievement in a game made outside the traditional publisher system.
I actually do have a vote for this, but it's not determined. But I want to give an actual reason because I think it could be an actual reason. But I'll let you go first.
I mean,
'Cause
so
your
the
opinion matters more
unfortunate
than me.
thing, thanks, I appreciate that.
Well, it does, because I haven't played, like...
So, the unfortunate thing about this category, we already know the winner because it was spoiled. There's only one game here that's nominated for Game of the Year, meaning it's the best out of these 5 games, meaning it's going to win.
That's God.
I know. It's unfortunate because I'm voting Tunic because that one is my favorite of the full year. I do plan on playing Cult Lamb. I plan on getting it on my Switch soon. And then Neon White, I actually do want to play. Shifu was it was good. Stray was pretty good. Tunic was amazing. So
yeah. I'm gonna actually give you like 3 reasons why I'm gonna give this game the award. First of all, this game that I want to give Best Indie is probably the most interesting to me out of all 5 of these. If you put these up, you know, as if you gave me all 5 of these, I would probably pick this one. I've heard great things about it.
I already know I already know.
And
it's Neon White, guys. It's Neon White.
I don't.
It's Cult of the Lamb.
Imagine.
Neon White just looks, I don't know, whatever. But also, can we talk about how Neon White is also like, is it published by Annapurna?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, Annapurna went off this year.
Dude, they really did.
Yeah, but I'd give it a Cult of the Lamb, but I haven't played any of them, so don't take my opinion for anything.
I've kind of played Dust Falls. I played like an hour.
I literally don't. Yeah.
Oh, this one sucks. Okay, this one is so hard. Oh my gosh. Best performance awarded to an individual for voice over acting, motion, and or performance capture. Horizon Forbidden West, Aloy Ashley Birch, A Plague Tale Requiem, Amicia, Charlotte McBurney, God of War Ragnarok, Kratos, Christopher Judge, Immortality, Men Engage, don't know the characters. Actually, I think it's Men Engage is the character. She plays herself, I think. And then God of War Ragnarok, Sunny Soljic for Atreus. Oh my gosh.
I got my vote. I'm gonna go ahead and go through mine because John's having a heart attack.
I already know what I'm giving it to, but it hurts. It hurts.
I personally, like I said, I haven't seen a whole lot from a lot of these, but I have for what I've heard. I personally am most. I think man, it's hard because I think there's 2 that really stand out, but I think the one that I personally prefer the most was Amicia. I think Amicia's voice actor for A Plague Tale Requiem, I just think her voice is so interesting, and I think she does such a great job of her voice really brings out the drama in the situation that she's in. And I'm not saying that none of these other actors do so, but I personally thought that Amicia's voice actor did phenomenal, and I would personally give it to her. And that's just kind of how I feel. Are you okay, John? Oh,
they're all so good. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually really happy with the way this category turned out. Because honestly, going into it, I thought it was all gonna be God of War Ragnarok characters. I really did. I really did.
The thing, I am one of those people that kind of wishes that it was all different voice actors, kind of. But I do understand, like, I feel like it's I don't know.
You know, I would love it. A kid has never won an award like this. That would be crazy.
And it's bound to happen again.
Oh my gosh, man. That would be he did do a really good job. Oh my gosh. Lord of mercy. Dude, Amicia and Aloy are some of my favorite female characters. But it has to go to who I think gave the best performance. It has to. It just... Best performance is not best character. And... Actually, no. think he is the best character, actually. Best performance is not my favorite characters. It's who I think gave the best performance. Christopher Judge, God of War Ragnarok. And I'm going to say it right now, I really hope he wins, because Mans went through so much surgery during voice acting through this game. Dude, this man's went through so much during his motion capture and voice acting for this game. That's why the game got delayed by a full year, because Christopher Judge went through so much crap. And I think what he was able to do with Kratos, a very one-faced, stone-faced, dark, brooding God of War Kratos, and brought the most emotional, in-depth, rich, and exciting performance Kratos has ever given. And the fact that Kratos is now as much of an icon as he is due to Christopher Judge, because of, number one, his voice, and number two, the way he plays him. Kratos was nowhere near as popular as he is now when the first three came out. Once they redid it all and got a whole new Kratos with Christopher Judge, Kratos is who he is now because of Christopher Judge. And like I said, Ragnarok I think brought us the best Kratos. He brought us one of the best father figures like ever in video games. And he did this all through all the issues that he had going on. Like, I love Amicia and I love Aloy, and Atreus did a great job. I'm sure Man Gage also did a great job. But I think for best performance in giving us something in gaming, for voice acting, motion, performance capture, everything, I think Christopher Judge, honestly, Christopher Judge is one of those people who in the future will be looked at as a legend, because he kind of just is. Like, Christopher Judge is Kratos now. People want him to play the live action version of Kratos, and there's a reason, because he does such a good job at Kratos. He made what Kratos is today. Like I just said, I think it absolutely goes to Christopher Judge.
Honestly, I may have to change my vote. I didn't realize all this. I just looked up a thing just to make sure, and he really tweeted, "To the beloved fandom, Ragnarok was delayed because of me. August 29th, I couldn't walk. Had to have back surgery."
And he did motion capture, bro. He's crazy.
Back surgery, both hips replaced, and knee surgery. Oh my god.
Yeah. This dude is crazy. I mean, he's the reason for The Boy. I mean, that is his voice. Like, that is his performance that he made his own. And, like, I don't know. It's crazy, because I'm not even thinking characters at this point. Like, Kratos is great, and he was great in the game. But for what he had to do, like, freaking Ragnarok. That story is crazy, complicated, and, like, huge. And the character he had to play, and he did it to absolute perfection. So I'm giving it to Christopher Judge. I love you, Michi. I love you, Aloy. Atreus, you were great. But one must bow, one must kneel. Yeah. The GOAT, Christopher Judge. I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah. Honestly, I may still keep my Amicia. I don't know. I do think overall he should probably win, though, based off everything you said, though. But I do think it'd be nice if Amicia won, because
I think once you play God of War, you'll change your mind.
Depends. It really does, because with voice actors, it's hard.
It's probably, because I said this earlier. Kratos stinking cried in this game. Yeah. And the way he cried made you want to cry, just because it's something like you would have never expected from the character, and the way Christopher Judge did it is just like unlike any crying you've ever seen. It's not like he starts bawling, or like you see him like in a corner crying. Like he sits, and you just feel his vibe and his sadness, like, and it's just it's so good. It's so good.
I'll have to see, because at the same time, Amicia screams, dog. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know. Amici does a great job.
God, they both do so well in like different areas. Like Amicia's that perfect example of a character that she captures that voice of scared, of like despair, of, and then you have Kratos, which is that dark kind of like that monotone kind of voice with a serious tone to it. Like with a serious tone, and they're so like I can't choose between the two. It's like
my home,
dude. It's so like
this is like I'm really excited to see this category in person because number one, whoever wins is going to be on stage, which is going to be really cool.
Yeah.
And I think I think anybody who wins, like, credit is due. I don't know much about her. But I think anybody who wins absolutely deserves it.
Yeah.
So I really like either way this goes. I'm sure it'll be fine. But we'll just have to wait and see. But anyway, moving on. Best audio design. Dude, this one's so weird to me because I don't know if I want any of these to win. I'll be honest.
I'll be honest. I think audio design, I've never liked it. I don't. I think this is one of the hardest ones to rank. I've always thought they are because it's everything is so different. Do you go by like the realistic aspect? Because I feel like you could easily take away a lot of credit for things. Okay, if we look at Gran Turismo, is it similar to IRL realistic cars? Now, here's the problem. That could be a downside. Maybe people want things different. Maybe they don't want it to be as realistic, have that little effect to it.
I'll be honest, nobody's going to play Gran Turismo if that's the case.
I guess, whatever. But, I don't know. Audio design is... I hate this category. This is my least favorite category. It really is.
I have one that I want to win, and then I have one that I think is going to win. I think Call of Duty's gonna win.
Ugh.
Because all the gun sounds I've heard is like just really good, and I feel like Call of Duty always wins this category.
It's just gun shooting.
But I'm gonna say Horizon Forbidden West because when I thought about it, when you're underwater, when you're swimming, when you're flying, when you're on a robot, when you're shooting, when you're fighting, all the robot sounds, all the environment sounds, when you're in the jungle, when you're climbing wood, all that stuff, it sounded really, really nice. And so, out of all these fights, I just finished God of War Ragnarok, and I can't really think of, any, specific audio design that I'm that's, the best of the year, you know?
Yeah.
So, I would say Horizon Forbidden West.
Yeah. I agree with you on all that, because we've talked about this. I do agree. I also want to give it to Horizon Forbidden West, because I don't want Call of Duty to win an award.
Yeah, and I do want Horizon to win something, and I'm afraid it might not. So, there you go. All right, next, best score in music.
Oh,
I just realized we forgot to talk about things that we feel should have been nominated for some.
Oh yeah, do you want me to go through some of the games that we think that are bigger that actually didn't get nominated at all?
Sure.
Well, because I don't know what exactly we would try to say. We'll
do that before the game of the year one. We'll do that before Game of the Year.
Okay.
So, best score music: Plague Tale Requiem, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Metal Hellsinger, Xenoblade Chronicles 3. For outstanding music, inclusive of score, original song, and/or licensed soundtrack.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I think what's really wild. I do enjoy how they put Metal Hellsinger on here.
Yeah,
I think that's very cool, and I think that'd be wild if they won that.
I'm gonna say I don't think it will because, for one,
but
anything
could happen.
Not even Doom won best soundtrack.
It really depends because
Final Fantasy. Actually, you know what? Xenoblade's got a great shot because JRPGs always win this category. They do. Oh my
but here
gosh.
is the thing though. This is a music inspired game. This is a game focused
So
around
is Doom.
shooting and but like you have to shoot to the sound of the music. It's like incorporated in the gameplay. It's the music is more important in this game than Doom music. I'm saying like the music is incorporated in the gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know. It could have a shot, but
I
don't
know
think
I could
it's
see
going
it.
to.
No, I could see it.
Yeah.
I honestly like. I think the winner. I can't even predict a winner. There's not one that stands out like I think is going to win. There's just two that I want to win.
Yeah. I think
There's
music.
one I'm going to vote.
Music is one I can never predict because critics like this could go in so many ways. Because listen, I'm gonna be real. There are some of these on here I would replace them with something else.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say mine. I would get rid of personally Plague Tale. I think it has a great OST, but I also don't think it's the strongest, same as Elden Ring. The only reason I wouldn't put Elden Ring is because usually it's only known for boss fight music, which I think is amazing, but I don't remember much else beside the boss fight music. And if I were to replace these games with anything, I would replace them with Sonic Frontiers, which is a game that and a franchise that is known for its music. And I know that may be biased if you know me, but I do think that is one of the things that came out of this game that a lot of people were happy about was the OST was banging. Sega knows that it's banging. Sonic, they know that they put it up on YouTube and they know it's banging. They put it up. And I also think Bayonetta 3 is a good choice. Bayonetta 3 is also another well-known franchise for its like very, very good music. Sega makes good music, man. They are on fire, but I have no disrespect to any of these picks. I just think there could have been stuff better. But if I had to choose one out of these 5, I am going to be choosing Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Yeah, no, I think there's like so many games that you could like replace. Like it's unreal. Like I know these games weren't necessarily received all that well, but like Nintendo Switch Sports had a great OST.
Dude,
honestly, Mario Strikers actually had a really cool OST as well.
Bro, I'm telling you, a lot of companies know how to make good OSTs, especially Nintendo and stuff. But I don't know. I feel like
and then
OSTs
Mario
is
plus
hard.
Rabbids, I would have added because I really like that music as well.
I think OST is just hard.
It is.
Because I feel like when it comes to the fans, everyone thinks overall OST. I feel like with the critics, though, they're thinking at the most important moments at this time. Like,
I do think God of War is probably gonna win this one.
I want it to be Xenoblade 3. Man.
I also want it to be Xenoblade because, like I said, I want Xenoblade to win something.
Dude,
And I'm not sure what it's gonna win,
trailer.
But,
that.
I know it.
Oh my god.
I know it.
All
right, moving on. Best art direct. Okay, this is one where there was definitely a surprise when I saw. I was like, "What? Really? Really?" Like I was so confused, but I mean it makes sense. So best art direction for outstanding creative and/or technical achievement in artistic design and animation. Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Scorn, and Stray. Scorn. What are you doing here, bro? What are you doing? Like, okay, you do have great art direction.
We gotta be real. It looks good. It does, but
dude, you're absent throughout the entire show, and you show up for art direction. It's like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna win.
I will say one thing. I don't think it's the worst. I think Stray is the worst in this category.
I agree. I also agree. Yes.
I think Stray had great art direction, but I do not think I think Scorn was more interesting. That was the whole reason Scorn was actually.
Also, one thing, this category, they either need to fix this category or make a second one because art direction, it doesn't like we don't know whether to include like just visuals entirely because like environment, special effects, like stuff like that, like we don't know whether to include that because Austin likes Horizon's like environments better and stuff, so it's kind of like
visually as a game. To me, the one that is visually pleasing the most to look at that I enjoy is Horizon Forbidden West. It is my favorite one to look at from every aspect.
That was like the first game I ever like really played around with photo mode a lot because I love the look of the game.
Like,
but
and that's my personal, like, that's what I think.
Yeah.
But it's hard because you do raise a convincing point for what your vote is.
And that's what I was gonna get to is as much as I do love God of War's art direction, I don't think it's gonna win because I think there is a better one, and that is Elden Ring. I think the biggest thing is, first of all, the open world, and that big giant yellow tree is like a gaming icon now, and all the bosses and all the enemies and all the character designs and all the areas you get to go to. And this is a new IP, ladies and gentlemen, in a Souls game. And I think in terms of creative and technical achievement and artistic design and animation, to me, it's gotta go with Elden Ring. Now, I just now thought about this. I don't know if this is included, because if this is included in this category, there is a clear winner, and I'm almost 100% guaranteeing it's going to win. Does this, because I just thought about it when I read animation, does this include cinematics and camera work?
Probably.
Then it's going to be God of War.
Oh. Or
I'm still voting for Elden Ring.
Actually, hold on. That may be more in game direction.
No, that's not. That's not.
No, never mind.
That's not what that is.
Never mind. Don't
see. That's what I'm saying, dude. They need to fix this category because like they just say art direction. That's all they say. Like we just need like best visuals, best like I don't know. This is so weird because
I think that would count. I think that would. Camera work is considered visuals. It shows certain like. I don't care about all that stupid stuff though. I'm giving it to Horizon.
Animation, camera. Yeah, no, it's yeah. If that counts, then it's God of War all the way.
I'm giving it to Horizon.
See, the thing is, God of War is entirely in one shot.
Yeah.
No other game does that. No other game does.
My only thing is it's not new anymore. It's old.
No, it's not.
They did in the last game.
Oh well, a singular franchise does its own thing. How dare it?
It's not impressive anymore.
This is, and you think this is? It's just another PlayStation visual game. It's beautiful, but it's nothing. It's old.
Well, it did it better.
That doesn't even make sense. Nah, if we are including camera work and cinematics, then I'm giving it to God of War. If we're not, then I'm giving it to Elden Ring.
See, man, I gotta go with my feeling. Like, I don't know. I understand.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
I'm not into camera work that much. I'm really not.
That's fine.
Like,
but you may like Horizon the best. I get that. But I'm gonna say that I'm almost guaranteeing you that's not going to win.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't care about what the critics think. It's about what I think.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Real.
Yeah. But I'm. Man, I really wish I didn't think about that.
Honestly, bro, this is why you wanted to do your own. This is why we chose to do our own Game Awards. And didn't you make?
I specifically made an award for best cinematic and camera work.
Honestly, I would say go Elden Ring because do you really think if you asked them this category, would they tell you camera work?
But they put animation is the problem.
Yeah, but animation to me is more like cutscenes.
Yeah. That's like camera work.
Well, that is, yeah.
That's
never mind.
like,
yeah. Yeah, then vote God of War then.
I have to, because I can't be like as much as a good argument. I put it literally in my God of War review. I literally stated I think God of War Ragnarok has the best camera work in all of gaming. So I can't not vote for that if we are including that.
See,
All right, best narrative, God of War. Moving on. All right. No, I'm just joking. No, I'm just
dang! All right.
No. Best narrative for outstanding storytelling, narrative development in a game. Plague Tale is the only competition God of War gets right now. Elden Ring, why are you here? I could care less about your narrative, I'll be honest. Horizon, improvement over the first one, but still nothing compared to God of War, Plague Tale in terms of narrative. Immortality, I haven't played you, so I don't know.
I do want to ask a question.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you would replace on this one that you think? Now that I think, would you have maybe replaced one of these with like Xenoblade?
I would replace Elden Ring with Xenoblade, and I would replace Horizon with Corey.
Wait,
But that's just me.
Gotham Knights.
Oh yeah, snap! I would replace Immortality with Gotham Knight. If I had
honestly,
if I had 5 that I could pick, a Plague Tale, Xenoblade, God of War, Corey, and Gotham Knights are my 5 that I would put.
I 100% agree.
Yeah.
If you guys don't remember, God, Gotham Knights, it's so sad. That game, so many people were excited, then all they heard is it wasn't 60 frames, and everyone like.
And to be fair, to be fair, the frames were annoying. The frames were
like
really annoying.
at times they really were.
Yeah.
Man. Like I'm not
gonna defend it, but like, and there were some bugs and there were some gameplay issues, but but that narrative, so good.
It was very good. It was
was.
very good. I can't. We gotta put credit where it's due.
Yeah,
you know?
real. But no, even if those 5 were here, there's still no competition for me.
I'm just gonna be real. I understand the idea of narrative, and I bet Elden Ring has some lore to it.
Oh yeah.
But I'm sorry, bro. The number one thing, I'm not paying attention to the narrative in this game.
Yeah.
I'm paying attention to the action and exploring.
That's actually a category I just thought of we should have in our own. Best world building / lore.
No, Jesus Christ, help me now.
Yep. All right, God of War Ragnarok.
Well, instead of making me help you with that, you're gonna need Christian.
That's fine.
I'm giving it to a Plague Tale Requiem.
All right.
At this current moment, because
You haven't played God of War.
well, overall though, from what I have heard, I do like the idea of man eating rats. That's cool. No, I'm just giving it to Requiem because it's the only one I played.
All right, best game direction. All right, this one, I have a very, very rock solid opinion that nobody can change my mind. Awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design.
Man, I feel like there could have been better games for this. Kinda.
Immortality, I think, like from what I've seen, it is very unique. And
Read the description again.
Awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design.
I'm
gonna tell you right now.
Would you maybe, and I'm gonna say this because creative design, like outstanding design and basically new innovation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna throw this out because I know this game was praised for this, and I know this is why everyone was interesting. Could you see any world where Sifu was nominated for this? Because that was the one reason everyone wanted to play the game, because of its style, its martial arts fighting style, you know?
No, because there's been other games like that.
But there's, I mean, I feel like you
literally the studio that made
Elden Ring.
Yeah, but the problem is the studio that made Shifu literally made a game like very similar to it before.
But there's Elden Ring.
Yeah, but they took something completely different with the types of game that they made.
Like, I guess I'm just saying because like I don't know. I feel like that's one of the main things. It was super. That's why everyone got interested.
I mean, no, I
because
understand.
if
Like,
it's-
no, I get that.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong, to be honest, but I don't know if, I don't know. That one's interesting. So I'm gonna say right now, God of War Ragnarok and Horizon Forbidden West are out of the conversation for me. I as much as I do think they are great games, they don't necessarily do anything new or are very... I'm not gonna say they're not creative, because they are. I mean, all these things are creative, but like, it's not pushing creativity. It's like, and it doesn't, like I said, doesn't do anything different. It doesn't push games or like gaming forward. It's just another phenomenal game, which that takes nothing away from them. But in this category, for what we are talking about, it's not even in the conversation for me. And the fact that they are sequels, I mean, it's just the previous game, but again, and hopefully better. That's really what it is. Immortality, I haven't played. I really feel like I need to play this, because this thing is nominated everywhere.
Man, I just.
I've seen like what it is, and it is definitely interesting. But I feel like we kind of got it before, but we don't get it very often, so it's kind of neat. Stray, I could actually see Stray pulling away, because like I said, that's why I voted for it for debut indie. Is because it's so different, and takes a bold risk, and it paid off so well. But to me, when I look at these 5 games, and what game is going to change games that release in the future, what is going to change the industry forever, and what is a game that when certain things get released and people look back and be like, this is why, Elden Ring is why. Because Elden Ring is known for the best open world ever. And I guarantee you, within the coming years, open worlds are going to start trying to do what Elden Ring did. Also, the bosses, the characters, the loadout system, like I said, the best, like, all the things, the high buzz for all the different loadouts and builds and everything, that is, like, that's insane design. That is insane game design. So to me it goes with Elden Ring. I just feel like out of all these 5 games, this is the one that was the most revolutionary for games. It's not my favorite game. In fact, I like God of War and Horizon more than Elden Ring. But for this category,
we gotta be
it's
real.
Elden Ring. I know, yeah. But for me it goes with Elden Ring.
Honestly, not gonna lie, Diggity Dog. Well, actually, yours makes so much sense. I was gonna say Stray, but I can't deny yours makes perfect sense. Like, you quite literally convinced me. Like,
honestly, and you know it's like that. Souls games never really popped off. They're not the highest selling. They're not the fastest selling. They're not, the most talked about games until Elden Ring. It is now the fastest selling game in history. It is on its way to being one of the highest selling. It is one of the highest rated games of all time. And that's because From Software decided after their previous 7 games, let's try something new. Let's try something different. Let's change the game. And they did. And Elden Ring paid off insanely. It's literally in a war with God of War for like the best game of the year because of what it did, because it changed things so much. And so, yeah, I personally just, I give it to Elden Ring.
there's not much else I could really say.
Yep.
I mean, you raise a good point.
All right, which means we only have one category left. So, were there any other categories that you want to talk about, things that got like snubbed or robbed?
I mean,
There really isn't much. There really isn't much.
Okay, I haven't had much time to think about this. The only one that I think was OST, and that's just my personal opinion. I do want to talk about some games that I feel like weren't on here at all that I wonder if any of these could have been nominated. We talked about Tiny Tina's Wonderland.
I think best role-playing would be something I would think about.
Tiny Tina's Wonderland wasn't nominated for anything. And that it is okay, because some games just aren't recognized as much by critics, and it's fine. I mean, that's why we want to do our own, so we could recognize these games.
I would say Ghostwire Tokyo for best art direction.
Oh, dude,
I would put
Ghostwire Tokyo got snubbed.
Yeah, it did. I would definitely put that for best art direction.
Yeah, I think it would have been a good choice to put it, because man, I don't know what it is about Ghostwire. I can't believe they didn't nominate for anything. I really can't, because I thought it was one of the bigger releases that kind of came out during, because Ghostwire Tokyo came out the same month as
Kirby and Tiny Tina's, actually.
Yeah, it's those two. So that's a little crazy.
Actually, all three of those came out the same exact day.
Yeah. What else did I say that we were surprised didn't get nominated for anything? I'm not surprised, but I was gonna say the Pac-Man game.
Oh yeah.
No, the Corey got nominated for one thing.
Fire Emblem Three Hopes, although I don't think that should have been nominated for anything. So.
Well, yeah.
Maybe best action. That's about as much as I can think of.
Yeah. I thought there was something. I'm looking through here.
Otherwise, I think they did a bang up job this year with the nominations. I think they're really good.
Yeah. Saints Row. No.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I mean, Babylon's Fall should have gotten nominated for game of the year, personally, but I mean, I should.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh man. But anyway, time to go on to.
I feel like I'm really missing something, but it's okay. It's fine.
The final category, the one you've all been waiting for, ladies and gentlemen. And that is Game of the Year. Your nominees for recognizing a game that delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields. A Plague Tale Requiem by Asobo Studio Focus Entertainment. Elden Ring from Software and Bandai Namco. From God of War Ragnarok from Sony Santa Monica and Sony Interactive Entertainment. Horizon Forbidden West from Guerrilla Games from Sony Interactive Entertainment. Stray by Blue 12 Studio and Annapurna. And Xenoblade Chronicles 3 by Monolith Soft from Nintendo. I'm going to say this is my favorite Game of the Year nominations ever. Oh my God. Literally, I started jumping in my seat, man, because first of all, they started with Plague Tale. That was the first one that was announced, and I was like, they actually did it. They actually did. Plague Tale finally got the recognition it deserves and the credit that it needs, right? I was so happy when I saw it. And then they did Elden Ring, given. God of War Ragnarok, given. Horizon Forbidden West, given. Xenoblade Chronicles 3, finally, after so many years of Xenoblade fans wanting it to be nominated for Game of the Year, and after so many JRPGs get robbed of Game of the Year, Xenoblade came across and did it. And the, of course, indie sensation, I feel like every year there's always one, Stray. Now, Stray is the only one I could think I'm not sure that should be here, and there was something else I would rather it be. But this is absolutely incredible because I texted my Christian before the nominations and saying, here's to hoping Plague Tale, Elden Ring, God of War, Horizon, Xenoblade, and Mario plus Rabbids get nominated for Game of the Year. Of course, Mario plus Rabbids didn't get nominated. I really didn't expect it to, but I was hoping. 5 out of my 6 got nominated. And I am so thrilled about that because, like, the 5 of the 6 games I think deserve the most credit are getting the credit it deserves. And I can't be more happy for the studios, for the developers, and for the games. That being said, what game recognizes that delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields? Wow. This is so exciting. This is awesome. I love when there's a category where every game on here brings a smile to my face, and I have enjoyed every single one of these games, and really each of them have given me an absolute amazing experience. But which one has been the best? A Plague Tale Requiem, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not Stray. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, it's not. And it comes down to Xenoblade Horizon, God of War Ragnarok, Elden Ring, and Plague Tale Requiem. I am going with the game where I cannot find that experience anywhere else, and there is no game like it that has given me the experience that it did. It has turned a franchise into one of my favorites now. It has turned some of its characters into some of my favorite characters, and it has told me a story and given me gameplay that I will remember forever and worship and back for the rest of my life, because it is the game of the year. It is one of the greatest games of all time, and is now one of my personal favorite games of all time, because I'm telling you when I say this, it is near perfect. It's not perfect, it is near perfect. If you watch my review, I gave it 10 out of 10, S tier, and my critical review was a 96 out of 100. Bringing it to one of the absolute definitions of a masterpiece, and I truly believe it. It is a gold standard, a blueprint for what video games and sequels should be. It improved on every aspect that the first game set up before it, and it is peak gaming on every level that you want from the thing we love, and that is video games. Ladies and gentlemen, my game of the year goes to God of War Ragnarok. Absolutely. Santa Monica, you stinking did it. You went from the underdog to now the king and the thing that people are trying to bring down. Congrats. Plague Tale, you are amazing. I have to finish you still, but you have been incredible so far, and I'm sure the best is still ahead of me. Elden Ring, you are fantastic. You are one of the best games of our generation. God of War Ragnarok, obviously I'm voting for you because I think you're one of the best experience, just period, in the world. Horizon Forbidden West, you are incredible. You improved on everything as well that you set up in the first one. Fortunately, you didn't live up to God of War, but you are still its own beautiful art. Stray, you tried something different. You gave people something to love, and you gave gaming something to really look at and think about. In Xenoblade, you finally defined a genre and gave people something they've been wanting for forever, gave us beauty and masterfully crafted music, visuals, gameplay, characters. All these nominations are so, like, I absolutely love this, guys. This is what I live for. This is the kind of gaming that I absolutely love. I cannot live without. All 6 of these are Game of the Year contenders, and God of War Ragnarok takes the cake. Wow, what a great year, guys. Oh, this is so, oh man, I absolutely love it. This is 100% without a doubt my favorite, my absolute favorite Game of the Year nominations I've ever seen. Go ahead, Austin.
How am I supposed to follow that up?
Dang, I really just went.
Yeah. Well,
which one are you playing first? Is the question.
Well, I've already got you my answer.
Oh, okay.
My game of the year out of these 6. Out of these 6, okay. So this is coming down to just, all right. I gotta think about everything, okay. A critic point of view.
Sonic Frontiers giving.
I literally knew that was coming. I literally knew that was gonna happen. I just knew it. Oh, he just straight up left. Oh wow, that's crazy. Okay, cool. Yeah, guys. Sorry, I kind of went on a rant there, but all 6 of these games are deserving, man. They really are. Like, God, I'm just so happy for them, man. And yeah, I love each and every one of them, but love God of War the most, man. I see you're back.
I don't know what you talking about.
All right.
Man, I don't know. I can't rate this. I can't. Oh, but to answer your question, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm just not gonna tell you.
Well, I can tell you this: you're not playing Elden Ring again.
Oh,
You've basically played Stray. I mean, you've like seen the entirety of Stray pretty much.
boy, you got me messed up.
And then
I'm playing Elden Ring.
You're not finishing Xenoblade.
I'm not in time, at least.
Yeah. You're hopefully gonna finish Horizon and God of War, and then hopefully you're gonna finish Plague Tale.
Hey, bro, I got till December, like, when do we fly out? 7th?
Yep.
I got time. Wait. Oh no, I'm going to Georgia. No, this Georgia trip. Why?
I'll tell you this. Horizon and God of War are both 20 hours each. So you can probably get you can probably get those done like really quickly.
That's 2 days. That's
Plague Tale's also like a 15-hour game, so you can get that done pretty quickly. Xenoblade's your issue.
That's not happening. I might as well just
So but yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is this year's 2022 nominees. Big congrats to every team that has been nominated. Thank you for putting out great artwork that I absolutely love watching, playing, and listening to. I cannot wait to go in person, see all the people, see all the nominees, see all the announcements. That's a video for a whole nother time, because who knows what the heck they're going to announce. It's going to be exciting. And Los Angeles, Microsoft Theater. I will see you December 8th for the Game Awards. Jeff Keighley, thanks for hosting it. Thanks for putting it on. You do a lot for the industry, and I appreciate you. But without that being said, this has been Gamer Unite, gaming as a multi-platform, entertainment, recreation. We love gaming. That's what we do. We celebrate gaming no matter what platform, no matter what you like. Play your way. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. G.A.M.E.R out. Peace.